Hello and good morning and welcome back to my channel, Damsels and Dragons DPing. I'm Portia and this is my Relax and Unwind Sunday WIP and Chat. So I'm just going to work on this current work in progress. I did get to start a new one now. It is Faces of Fairy 132 from Diamond Art Club. It is a Christmas themed Jasmine Beckett Griffith. So I've been working on this for about a week now, and I just kind of pulled out all my Christmassy things. I am ready for the holidays. So I've got this cute pen from Excuse Me Designs that I'm using. I've got it loaded up with apple cider ribbit stick it from Crafts with Crashly, and I have my cute little gnome release papers also from Crafts with Crashly. I've got my cute little cover minder here keeping me company from oh, it's gonna come back to me in a moment, Galloway's Gallery, and then my tray from Bella Art de Nicole. I just absolutely love her trays. And this one was a unicorn color. This is her large size, not the extra large. So it's kind of that in between. So let's just go ahead and get into this. I don't know about you, but I woke up this morning to the email from Diamond Art Club that released their Black Friday kind of information, and I had been waiting for that. I don't know who else's eyes bugged out, but I saw 100 new releases, and I was like, oh my goodness, my eyes bugged, and I told my husband I probably need to be grounded from my phone during that because I'm going to be in so much trouble, especially if there are lots of new Hannah Lynn's. So I have been diamond painting for about 2.5 years now, but I just recently discovered Diamond Art Club in May. So this is my first like Black Friday shopping with them. But I was looking back at some of the things they released last year, and I think there were like 5 or 6 new Hannah Lynn releases during that drop last year. And I think someone said they released around 70 last year. It was like 50 initial and then a surprise 20 more. So this year there's 100. And I'm thinking, oh my goodness. As much as I want those to be Hannah Lynn's, I also kind of don't want them to be Hannah Lynn's because I'll want them all. I will want all of the Hannah Lynn, and that could get me into some trouble. I never anticipated that I would have such a large stash starting off, and just since May, I mean, it has grown pretty exponentially. I'm like, uh-oh. I probably have enough at the rate that I diamond paint. If I were to finish 1 per month, which I think I finish a little bit more than that, but if I were to finish 1 per month, I have enough to last me the next at least 5 years. So I need to slow down on my shopping. But we all know how they get to you. They release these designs you love, and then if they're last chance or they're limited edition, and you just want to buy them all up. I don't know. I don't think I'm the only one with that problem, but let me know. Has your stash grown out of control, and how quickly? So, speaking of the holidays, so we have Thanksgiving this week. Being in education, I'm excited because I have the week off. This is kind of my first break I've had since the beginning of the school year. And it was a much needed break. Things have just been crazy this year. and I was so ready. And I was like, oh, I just want to do all the diamond painting. So we get together as a family for Thanksgiving at my grandma's house, and we all kind of pitch in and take stuff. And I feel like a lot of the time I do a good amount of baking. Like, I'm pretty busy at least the day before, if not 2 days before. And this year I didn't get assigned as much, and I'm like, I'm okay with that. It's gonna give me more time to diamond paint. So I'm making rolls and a frog eye salad. I was like, I can live with that. I mix up the rolls, I go diamond paint. I I shape them and let them rise, I go diamond paint. I get them baked, we'll be good. I'm not making any pies this year. That's what's always, I feel like, the most time consuming. And usually I love baking. I really do. It's a lot of the time it's one of my stress relievers, but I just haven't really been in the mood for it this year. So I just want to do all of the diamond painting. That is what has been, it's what makes me happy. So I know I've also been doing like Christmas shopping, and normally I like wrapping presents, and I haven't even started this year. So to the point, the first present that went under my tree was from me, but my mom had picked it up for me, and she gave it to me in a brown paper sack like you'd get at the grocery store, and she had the top folded over and it all stapled, and I was like, this looks good enough, and I wrote a note on it and put it under my tree, and I didn't even wrap it. It's not pretty at all. I know, that was really lazy. I don't know. I didn't want to fuss with it, I guess. So there are tons of packages piling up. I probably really should get to wrapping. Thankfully for my husband, so the first present's under the tree. I put that one under there, and it was from me to him, and then he put 3 under there from him to me. We're both kind of gift givers. That is definitely one of our love languages. It can be really nice, or it can get us into some trouble, but we tend to like to buy each other stuff. So our kids are in 1st and 2nd grade. They're 6 and 7, and they were like, what? Why are there no presents for us under the tree? Like, why are the presents for mommy and daddy? So then he wrapped one for each of them. So they at least have a present under the tree so far. And it's not that we haven't bought them stuff, because we have. It just needs to be wrapped. I need to get to that. I need to make a list. I need to look at everything, figure out what else we need to do. I don't know. Like, I'm excited for Christmas, and at the same time, I'm already not the most type A person. Let's be honest, I'm not type A at all. Organization is not where my strengths lie. And so sometimes we get into this whole, like, I buy them some stuff and he buys them some stuff, and like, we communicate, like, we know that we're both buying them stuff, but sometimes we don't realize how much until it all gets pulled out and wrapped, and we're like, oh my goodness, okay, that's a lot. So, oh well, it'll be all good. One of the very first things I did, so Christmas traditions, we always get a new family ornament for our tree, and I love penguins, so all of our family ornaments are penguins. And let me tell you, it gets a little harder every year to find one that we don't already have. But we get the little ornaments, and then we get the names put on, or what I have to do a lot of times is order it blank and then have my mom put the names on, because she has really nice writing and she can write little. I can't. But a lot of places will only put up to 9 letters, and my son's name is 10 letters. And I'm so bad because I don't like when people shorten it to a nickname. Like my daughter's name, I'm totally fine with calling her by a shortened version. So it's Madeline, and we all call her Maddie, and I'm fine with that. But he's Christopher, and when people call him Chris, it drives me nuts. And my dad does it just to get under my skin, just to drive me nuts a little bit extra. But I don't know, like I can't really explain why I don't like that, but I don't. It's just a quirk. Now, if he gets older and he decides he wants to go by Chris, then it's his name. And I will I will still probably always call him Christopher. But like if he wants his friends to call him Chris or his teachers, like whatever, I'll live. That's his choice. Again, it's his name, but I'm not going to do it. It's funny because my daughter, though, we call her Maddie. And even in kindergarten, like her teacher was like, oh, okay, so Maddie. And so that's how she labeled all of her stuff. And so then my daughter saw her name all written out completely. And she's like, what is this part? And I was like, babes, that's the rest of your name. Like your name is Madeline. And she goes, I don't like it. I was like, oh, well, sorry. Like that's your name. It was just so funny. I had to giggle a little bit. So anyways, anyways. So the new ornament, that's one of our traditions. And I already got mine. It's already on the tree. All of our penguins. One of the ones I thought was funniest was back in 2020. And I found one, and it was like a handmade polymer clay one. And they're all wearing masks. And I just thought it was really funny. And my mom was like, that's not funny. Like, I was like, yes, it is. Like, as much as, we may or may not have liked wearing masks, like, that's the way things were. So, it's that, memory. We're never going to forget it. Our little penguins on our tree are wearing their little masks. So, and then another one of our traditions is that we open one present on Christmas Eve, and it's always pajamas. So I've done that. I've always loved that tradition. My aunt and uncle did that, and I spent a few Christmases with them when I was in high school. And I always loved that, so I stole it. And they would make baked potato soup on Christmas Eve, and so we do that too a lot of the time. So we'll see if my mom asks me to come make soup again. I know she asked me last year, and so I went to her house, and I was making the soup, and my dad was there, and my mom was still at work. Or no, she wasn't at work. She had gone to visit her sister in Denver. But she's like, I'll be home for dinner. And she's like, so if you'll make the soup. I was like, okay. And then next thing I know, like my dad had to go do something, and I see a dog running down the street. And I was like, oh no, he let the dog out. Like the gate was open. And then my little sister, who was at work, she works on an ambulance, but they have a Ring doorbell. And she's texting me, and she's like, why did you let my dog out? I was like, I didn't do it. But I got her back. It was okay. It was still a Merry Christmas. Like the dog was fine. But I don't know why that memory just popped into my head of making potato soup and having to get my sister's dog back. So, I'm excited. I don't know. I do like Christmas. I am excited for it. Like I said, I don't know. I haven't been doing all of the, like, I need to wrap presents. I need to figure stuff out. But I was super excited to break out my Christmas diamond painting kits. Like, that made me really happy. I was like, okay, it's time. So of course I started this big one, and then I'm going to be doing jingle drills, which starts the day after Thanksgiving, and that's the 25th. So this is a pretty big kit, and that one needs a fresh start, and I've never had two works in progress at the same time. And I was like, well, I guess I'm going to this time, because that's just, you know, there's no way I'm going to finish this one by then. And I do want to start that one, because that event is only, it runs from the 25th of November to the 25th of December. So I want all the time I have to work on it. That's okay. I'll have two works in progress at the same time. And they're both Jasmine Beckett Griffith, which is also kind of funny. So I had a laugh at that. So I talked kind of about my Christmas traditions and what I'm doing for Thanksgiving. If you want to leave me a comment and tell me what you are doing, or what, like, if you have a special tradition, or if you have, you know, plans coming up for Thanksgiving. Also, are you a hot mess like me when it comes to Christmas organization, or are you super organized? Do you have your list of gifts? Do you know what you're buying everybody? Do you check them off as you buy them? Or do you just kind of go shopping and then pull everything out and go, huh, oops, I still need to get for this person, or I have everything for that person? I don't know. What kind of person are you? Are you a hot mess, or are you a type A organized person? Leave me a comment. Let me know. I don't know that I have anything else on my mind today. So I'm going to go ahead and end here. But if you enjoyed spending time with me and you haven't already subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe to join me for more diamond painting content. And if you enjoyed spending time with me, push that like button. I would love to get to know you better, so if you want to leave a comment on this video, I do respond back to those. And I hope that you have a wonderful Thanksgiving week, and that your holiday prep is going well. Until next time, thanks guys. Bye.